Developing in Lawrence County, this man and a woman who we also have a picture of right there accused of operating a puppy mill operation, but it was busted this morning. The sheriff's office says Barry Davis and Barbara Timms had more than 100 dogs. We're talking about 140 taken from this property along Indian Mound Road. Both are facing animal cruelty charges. We just got some updated numbers. Fox Carolina's Carrie Weimer has been on that property. And Carrie, you said you can actually smell the filth coming from this puppy mill.
That's right, Cody. We're actually not even on the property right now, so I don't know how many yards there is between us and what you see here behind me. But even standing here now, I can still smell what will be urine and feces coming from the area where the dogs were housed. Now, I was out here all afternoon. I watched Animal Control and Anderson Paws take out cages upon cages of dogs, that total number being 145 just dogs. There were also 2 cats, there was rabbits, chickens, and ducks. So many animals here. Thankfully, there's places like Anderson Paws and Izzy's Pond that came to rescue these animals. When I talked to the sheriff earlier, he said this puppy mill was a monstrosity. Puppy mill found on Indian Mound Road in Lawrence County Tuesday has officials stunned.
It's horrific. You know, these dogs have probably spent most of their life in these tiny cages just stacked on top of one another. The smell is overwhelming. Just the feces and urine everywhere is just absolutely horrific.
Lawrence County Sheriff Don Reynolds says a tip from someone who purchased a dog from this property led Animal Control to come out. He says the property owners, a mother and son, were not cooperative with Animal Control and sheriff deputies had to be called out. Upon seeing the conditions, the sheriff says both the mother and son were taken into custody.
These individuals have been charged under the felony animal cruelty section, and they were incarcerated last night.
The animals weren't the only thing law enforcement found.
And there's been some other things that we've encountered as far as, some drugs and some weapons.
For now, all the animals have been removed. Anderson Paws rescued 145 dogs and 2 cats. Izzy's Pond also came out and rescued 107 chickens, 10 ducks, and 8 rabbits.
Every animal will get a thorough exam. They'll get weighed, vaccinated, blood drawn for heartworm testing. You know, a lot of these dogs are pregnant, some of them are sick. And so it's going to take us quite a while to get them all processed and figure out who's who and what their health status is. Just the sheer number of animals, fortunately they're not in horrible shape, but yeah, it is absolutely just completely overwhelming. A lot of the staff was crying when we first got here this morning, and it just breaks our hearts.
Now, Dr. Kim Sanders, who you just heard from Anderson Paws, told us that the majority of the breeds that came out today were Pomeranians and Chihuahuas. She said there was also a few Huskies. Now, one important thing to note is, I know a lot of people ask when something like this happens, can we adopt the dogs, can we help out? Dr. Sanders said it's very important to know that right now you cannot adopt these dogs because the investigation is still ongoing. However, what they need help on is space. She said come out and adopt or foster the animals that they currently have available so that they'll have room for all of these dogs in their facility. In Lawrence County, Carrie Weimer, Fox Carolina, the 5 o'clock news.